Hello, Internet. Tammy here, Lilac City Soapery. I know, Christmas confetti. Tammy, it's February. I don't care. I'm using up some of my stuff, trying to get through some older scents so that I can get some new scents. So I decided to do Christmas in February. It is beautiful. It smells amazing. It's a blend of brambleberries, fresh snow, and a Christmas tree scent. Beautiful together, just beautiful. Christmas, oh yeah, make no mistake, it is Christmas scented, but it's lovely. So I started out with my oils, of course, and I put a little bit of, at the beginning you saw, I put a little bit of the white TD in there, titanium dioxide, to make it all nice and creamy white. And then this, I'm putting in the sprinkles or the confetti. So this is an old soap that I was not happy with, and so I shredded it up, and it's got sparkles in it, red and green and kind of creamy color. It's beautiful. So I decided to put that in there. Of course, I'm adding more and more, yes. And so I've got the confetti in there, mixing it all up really well, and then I will put it into the 3-pound form or mold, and let that sit. So here I'm pouring it in, and it's super chunky. So if you're making soap and you add embeds to this, to your soap base, remember that those embeds take up space, and you will end up with more of your base than you thought you would, just because they take up space and they might overflow your mold. So you kind of have to keep that in mind. You can drop your recipe just a little bit so that your planned end beds don't overflow your mold. And then, but if you do have extra, you don't change your recipe and you do have extra because of the end beds, you can also just put them into a different soap, or you can put them in cupcake molds or whatever you want to do, so that you're not wasting them and wasting your recipe. So this is going to be the top of the soap. It's white to a certain point, as you saw, and then I decided to make red, quote unquote. Yeah, that's not red. That's pink. If I ever saw pink, that's pink. And that is supposed to be super bright red. And it's so not. It's so pink. I thought, oh well, when it dries, when it cures a little bit, it'll turn red. Well, not so much. So the base is still kind of fluid, so I did pour the red over the top with help of my spoon, so it didn't crash all the way through. In retrospect, maybe I just should have let it roll through there, but it turned out okay. So then I'm going to use the spoon after I clean out my mess. Gosh, messy soap. And put it toward the edges, as close to the edge as I possibly can without going over, which I do right there at the corner. You see me do that? Yeah. Okay, so I'll put it toward the edge really, really good, or as close as I can. And then I'm going to use the rest of that in that container. And make no mistake, I didn't waste a drop. I waited for it to become more solid. I waited, I bet 2 hours. 2 hours I waited because I wanted to pipe the top, right? Pretty little piping. Here, I'm cleaning up my mess. Yeah, so I waited 2 hours for this to become some semblance of solid so that it would retain its shape when you pipe. It's very important. Some people use, like Katie, the Duchess of Suds. I'll throw a shout out to her. She has a recipe that she uses just for piping, and she does an incredible job, and she's known for it with her high tops. And this is in no way trying to copy her. She does her thing. Gorgeous. I'm trying my hand at this. Not so gorgeous, as you can tell. It's too soft, and I waited 2 hours for this soap to become a little bit more solid. No, forget it. It was a mess. Poured out of the bottom. I was not a happy camper. Not a happy camper. But I did my absolute best right there, and I had to go with it. And, oh, look at me slop that on there. Oh, excuse me, that is awful. That is awful. Anyway, this is a finish. What I did was skip some some movie for you. I did spray it with alcohol, and I put on a few more of the end beds on top to kind of hide the mess that I made. And then I went crazy with the sprinkles. Of course I did, because it wouldn't be Tammy's soap if she didn't go crazy with the sprinkles. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I waited, I bet 4 or 5 days for that to be solid enough for me to cut, and it was still sticky. Still sticky. What is the dealio? I think it may be the silicone. I leave it in the wood mold so that it, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to have to figure out a new way. So here's the cut, and it's sticky. Look at that. I don't even know what to do with my hands. And that is the cut right there. And look at that. That is beautiful. It looked like they all stood on edge. And when I cut them, it cut them. Oh, it's just beautiful. It looks like a little bit of stained glass in there. It's so beautiful. So I'm really happy with it. That pink on top, well, it's pink. I don't know what to tell you. I was hoping it was going to be red. But it does pretty good with the pink in the soap. I don't know how I lucked out there. Not a clue. Because I sure didn't use the same color on the top as I did on the end beds way back when. So I don't know how it got that way. But it turned out. How about that? So very Christmassy. Very pine tree. Very holiday. And I know it's February. I don't know what to tell you. So I did, as you can see, I turned it on its side so that the end beds didn't rip through the soap itself, and they fall off. There's really no way around it. So you put more on because you know some are going to fall off, so that some stay. That's the trick. As much of a trick, quote unquote, as it is, which it's so not. So here I'm coming to the last couple pieces. Sticky. Gosh, that's such a sticky soap. But it turned out really pretty. I'm very pleased with it. It smells amazing. Looks really cool. And we decided on Christmas confetti. So there it is. Pretty. So pretty. All right. So that's it. And thanks for watching. And like and subscribe. And I will see you guys soon.